Well, hello there, YouTube. So before I took off today, the little wife there, you know, she didn't seem like she knew what she wanted to do today. Man, a lot of bugs are hitting me. It's so easy with no shield for one to hit the GoPro. Nothing worse than doing a video and coming back and there's a bug right in the middle of the freaking screen. Boy, a lot of people's crashing that turn right there. All the way through here. Even one of our he's retired now, but one of our, I guess you could say, ex-employees wadded up a bike in that turn. They're all out for a nice ride on a rainy day. Sometimes you just got to go for a ride. It's in your system. You need to get some miles under your belt to a point that rain or shine, you just go. Anyway, they come around that a little too hot or something, and he wadded up a bike. It was a 1900 Raider. Look at the deer in the middle of the road up here. See if we can sneak up on it. He's walking across. He or she's in the bushes now. Jeez, disappear that quick? Wow. I'm sure it's probably standing right there plain as day and I just didn't see it. I don't know if the camera was probably far enough away the camera didn't pick it up. But what a peaceful road. It's just like you in the country. You see these houses and stuff out here, you think you'd see people motivating around a lot, but you don't. Just beautiful. Big old field. Hell, I haven't been man, there is a lot of bugs hitting me. One of the things I haven't done in a while is fly my quadcopters. It's funny how you get a head of steam up on doing something. You get so involved and so interested in it, and then it's like a light switch. All of a sudden you just stop doing it. You know, when it'd be raining outside, Kelly'd come rushing in. Hey, there's a clear spot and the rain stopped. If you want to go for a fly, you might run out there and get that done. See, going over these bridges, they're unassuming. There are going to be some hellacious seams in them. This goes over them fine, but it can bottom out the iron and make her bounce pretty good. Look at me talking about nobody around. I got a truck rolling up on me here. I think it's this bridge right here that will kick the hell out of you. Oh yeah, this is the one. Oh yeah. That is not one you want to go across on a short suspended motorcycle. It's funny, I bombed through here on the DR and it just floats. You just kind of get a little thump. You're like, oh, I think that was a bump. Look at the blooming out there. Flowers are a-flourishing. If I'm not mistaken, this bridge can be a little fun too. Nah, that's not one. Might slow up. Find a little turnoff here and let this truck go. He seems like he's in all kinds of a hurry. Oh, there's a dog. It's too dark to be a coyote. Man, them coyotes, they literally, the other night Kelly says, I think they're walking on the road right on the other side of our bushes there. Had our dogs all freaked out. That'll get them ki-eyeing and barking and carrying on. I love this little farming community here. There's like 4 or 5 houses, and it's just right in the middle of nowhere. They're all grouped together, these old farmhouses. funny, we were talking, I forget who I was talking with, but oh, they took all them trees down. Are you kidding me? What is going on with taking all the trees down? That was a huge thicket of trees just like this one up in front of me on the left here. Man, wood just must be at an all-time high as far as its value, because it's just amazing the trees that people are cutting off of their properties. I just don't get it. I mean, there's all this forested land that's owned by Weyerhaeuser and whoever, you know, and they cycle through and take certain patches, you know. You're used to seeing that, but I mean, these trees that are, you know, 100 years old in your front yard, and you go out and you decide, well, you know, it doesn't get hot enough in the summer. I want to take all the shade off my house and just have my house sitting out in the open like I'm living in the desert. I'm going to live in the desert. Go to the desert. Quit turning your house into the desert. Especially an old tree that, you know, spent 100 years getting that big, and all of a sudden you decide to hack it down because you want a little extra cash in your pocket. Sure, there's other reasons. I know if certain trees are around your house, your insurance can be a little higher because the insurance company's afraid that I'm gonna let this guy go. I feel like just kind of putting along here, and I feel like I'm being pushed. But your property taxes or insurance goes up a little bit because they're afraid the tree's gonna fall on your house. Unless I was forced to, I'd never take a tree off my property. I mean, just the pleasure of all the birds and different things that go through the trees, and wildlife that uses it as refuge and homes and everything else. And, you know, like a place like this, I mean, you got enough open land. Why do you want to, you know, you got a couple trees on your land, you just suddenly decide you want to take these things down? Sam Smith was telling me about a guy that had some trees in his, along his, whether it was his front lawn or whatever it was, but I guess people would speed around some corner and he'd wake up at all hours of the night and morning, kids wadding themselves up into those trees, so he finally went out there and cut them down. I think before I cut them down, I'd try some kind of petition or something to put speed bumps or whatever it takes to woe people up through there. But it's easy to make those judgments when you're not in that situation, so you never know the whole story, do you? But this little town of Boydsford up here that we're going to go into, there's a little general store there that, good Lord, one of those that's been there forever. Kelly and I, what is going on? Now I got another car that snuck up on me. I mean, I literally never see cars when I drive through here. It's crazy. And I'm going, I would imagine the speed limit is probably 50 through here. I'm going 55, so it's not like I'm going slow. I tend to go slow when I'm on this. I just want to relax. The cows going across that bridge. All migrating over. I sure love this farmland, though. Oh, I about to say something before I seen the guy cut his trees down. I was talking with somebody about, you know, the dream of living on a farm, and that's your job every day, run that farm. It's funny how people think, you know, oh, what a peaceful life that would be. I knew some people that did that. I was a youngster, and that's probably the hardest life you're ever gonna live. You're up at the crack of old dark, and you're out until the sun goes down. That is not easy work. Keep looking in the mirror to see if I got bugs on my lens. What I should have is a stack of lens protectors and just keep swapping them out as I go along, you know. Have them on a little, like a little Pez dispenser or whatever you call those things. Flip them off as they get dirty. Need to make some good tear-offs for GoPro lenses. You reach up there and grab the little tear-off and go. But like most tear-offs and things of that sort, there's always degradation of the lens and your sight, like on your helmet. I've always had this really weird thing of not being able to stand anything on my lens. I can't stand tear-offs on my goggles and tear-offs on my shields for face shields for road racing, and anti-fog agents that you know, they keep the fog out, but then they turn you kind of get that wet look, like an old piece of glass. You ever look through an old piece of glass in an old house where the glass settles and it gets all wavy and wet looking? And then, you know, the newest thing, the pin locks, there's just a small bit of distortion in there that drives me nuts. I think where I'm gonna pop out here. I don't know if I want to go farther west. I had an idea of my route here. I think I'm still good. Farmland, USA. It's funny how cows are like horses. They'll lay out like they're dead in the field and scare you. And if you haven't noticed, I literally, look at this house, it's abandoned. The way that thing's shifting, it was probably condemned. You can see where the house is kind of kiltering over. It probably was deemed unsafe to live in. I'll come by, and there's the house that got torn down there. Or it could have been a barn. Probably come by there one day and that house is just going to be gone. It'll be flattened out. But just up the road, man, it's amazing how well you can see out here with all the, I mean, it seems like there's a lot more trees cut down. It's just the foliage is so light. I very seldom come through here in the winter, if ever. So it seems that it's got like a shocking look to me. Everything it's just got that neutral kind of dead look to it. So now we've entered the town of Boitsford. It's amazing these little towns, how big the schools are. I'm sure I'm pronouncing it incorrectly. It looks like Boist Fort is what it looks like. That's a big old house in the far distance there. If you can see that, it almost looks like it's a forestry center or something. But you can tell it's a house. You know, even though it's not sunny, it's still beautiful. If it's dry, it's beautiful to me. The cold is definitely sinking in, though. I shouldn't come complain. What are we at here? 50, 57, I'd guess, 58. I don't know why I'm cold with that. I think it's just these gloves that breathe so well. That's the only thing that's cold is my hands. But I got my backpack stuffed in one of my saddlebags, so should I get cold enough to do something about it, I'll just put a different pair of gloves on. I've been wearing those Joe Rocket gloves that are, good lord, they're quite old. My Joe Rocket jacket, but I know this thing is going for a little longer ride than I've been going here last couple of weekends, so I decided I'd wear my TPG Rainier, and them gloves just look funky. Probably look really weird riding this Road King with these road race looking gloves. So there's a lot of these houses that I'm about to say this, but I don't see any of them at the moment. But this area has had a couple of floods. I mean, literally all this was underwater. And they've raised all their houses. There's quite a few of them that did that. Well, they literally just lifted their house, and then the bottom half just becomes like a big garage storage area type of thing. It looks like a beach house that the bottom's filled in. It's quite a few people did that after the second big flood we had out here. But that last one was in you know, like December 08, January 09. So peaceful out here. I think that thing had a for sale sign out. Got a big old shop out there. Just what I need to do, add more mileage to my ride to work. Whew, that would add quite a bit. Yeah, out there pruning this tree, that's what I need to be doing. Got an apple and plum tree that have gone buck wild. This is the Boistford store right here that closed down. It's actually not called that. It's called, yeah, Curtis store. What a crying shame. Every time Kelly and I would either ride or drive through here, we'd always stop, grab a little something to drink, some little knick-knack. Had an old creaky door, the old wood floors that would creak when you walk along. You can see it was the original floor down there. The little slats of wood. And they had some old stuff in there, some old, looked like an old post office desk. Old typewriters and stuff kind of laid out, almost like a little museum display. It's painted that barn up, looks good. Guy out there with his weed killing backpack. Gotta do that too. Them damn blackberries last year, we didn't keep up on them. Look at the geese. Didn't keep up on them, and holy moly, they go wild. Man, the blackberries around here are so bad. But anyway, that's your little loop around. From here, I'll go up here and hit Highway 6 and start heading into Chehalis. And I'll kind of mosey my way back to the house. Hang out with the mama. At least I can say I got a ride in today. Oh, hang on here for a bit, because a lot of times there's bald eagles that sit in these trees looking out over the river. And they're almost always out there. Not today though. So anyway, at this stop sign, I'm going to let you guys go. So thanks for hanging out from a little loop. Now I'm going to loop back. we'll talk to you guys later now. Take care. Bye-bye now.